Okay, so welcome back to CXC question, and we're on the topic of thermophysics. Question 1. All of the following symbols below are units of temperature except kelvins, degrees Celsius, joules, or degrees Fahrenheit. Question 2. The caloric theory described heat as A. Energy that causes atoms to vibrate, B. An invisible fluid that enters objects, C. Visible heat once work is done, and D. A massless entity. Question 3. Which of the following instruments is used to measure temperature? A. Vernier calipers, B. Spectrometers, C. Ammeter, or D. Thermometer. Question 4. The boiling point of pure water is A. 0 degrees Celsius, B. 60 degrees Celsius, C. 100 degrees Celsius, or D. 150 degrees Celsius. Question 5. There are many different types of thermometers. What is the thermometric property of the substance inside of a liquid in glass thermometer? A. The volume of liquid increases. B. Pressure of gas increases at constant volume. C. The electromotive force produced increases at constant volume. Or D. Volume of gas increases at constant pressure. Remember, you can pause the video to answer these questions. At the end, there will be an answer section where you can compare your results. Okay, so please pause the video to answer your questions. All of the following are advantages of mercury thermometers except its A. Cost, B. Low specific heat capacity, C. Color, D. Temperature range. Question 7. Which thermometer does not require contact with a body or an object? A. Mercury, B. Thermocouple, C. Gas, D. Infrared. Question 8. Which thermometer can be used to measure the temperature of lava? A. Mercury, B. Thermocouple, C. Gas, D. Infrared. Question 9. Which of the following helps a liquid in glass thermometer to record a change of temperature rapidly? A. A long stem, B. A thin wall bulb, C. A narrow stem, D. A large bulb. Question 10. Heat travels fastest in A. Metals, B. wood, C. water, D. glass. At what temperature does water reach its maximum density? A. 0 degrees Celsius, B. 100 degrees Celsius, C. 4 degrees Celsius, D. 50 degrees Celsius. Question 12. Boyle's law states that the volume of a fixed mass of gas is inversely proportional to pressure if the dash is unchanged. A. Pressure, B. Temperature, C. Volume, D. Luminosity. Question 13. Susan enters her homeroom and detects that spoiled food must be in one of her students' desks. She is able to smell this due to A. Pressure, B. Osmosis, C. Volume, or D. Diffusion. Question 14. Small insects such as water skaters are able to stand on water due to the presence of A. Nitrogen bonds, B. Basic bonds, C. Hydrogen bonds, and D. Ionic bonds. Question 15. The SI unit of specific heat capacity is joules per gram degree Celsius, joules per kilogram per degree Celsius. joules, grams per degree Celsius, and joules per kilogram Celsius. Question 16. All of the following situations exhibit latent heat except A. Melting of ice into icy water, B. Evaporation of water on a windy day, C. Boiling of water until it vaporizes, and D. Freezing of water until it solidifies. Question 17. Fires in fireplaces heat up houses due to A. Radiation, B. Conduction, C. Convection, or D. Vaporization. Question 18. The warmth of the sun is not cut off by a sheet of glass, but the warmth from a red-hot fire is. Why? A. Fire emits light which glass blocks. B. Glass is a bad absorber of heat. C. Infrared radiation from the fire is blocked. And D. Glass is not metal but can detect heat. Question 19. Air pollution contributes to global warming. Besides global warming, how does air pollution also affect the environment? A. It causes acid rain and acid ponds. B. It causes heat stroke in humans. C. It aids transpiration in plants. And D. It causes higher instances of asthma. Question 20. Which situation reflects the sun's radiation best? A. Painting a house brown. B. Painting a house white. C. Painting a house black. D. Painting a house peach. Questions 21, 22, and 23. So it says the item below is a cooling curve and it refers to questions 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. The freezing point of the substance is at point A, B, B, C, D, D. 22. Latent heat is represented at point A, B, B, C, D, D. Question 23. The substance is both solid and liquid at point A, B, C, D, D. Question 24. The initial temperature of the substance is at point A, B, C, D, D. Question 25. The substance solidifies fully at point A, B, C, D, D. And that's it. 25 questions for thermal heat. Alright, so we're moving on to the answers. Please make sure you have all your questions answered before you allow the answer section to be shown. So if you need to go back, rewind the video or push back the cursor so that you can view the questions again. Alright, do not cheat yourself out of success. Alright, moving on to answers. So we're moving into answers. The first answer is C for question 1. All of the following symbols below are units of temperature except C, joules. The answer for question 2 is B. The caloric theory described heat as B, an invisible fluid that entered objects. Question 3, the answer is D. Which of the following instruments is used to measure temperature? It's a thermometer. Question 4, the boiling point of pure water is 100 degrees Celsius. There are many different types of thermometers. For question 5, what is the thermometric property of the substance inside of a liquid in glass thermometer? Yes, A is the volume of a liquid increases. So remember, if you have alcohol or mercury, the volume increases, it expands once it gets heated up or it's exposed to heat. That substance expands, therefore increasing the volume. Question 6. All of the following are advantages of mercury thermometers except its cost. It's very expensive. So that's a disadvantage. Everything else here are advantages. Question 7. Which thermometer does not require contact with a body or an object? Correct. Infrared thermometers. All the rest requires contact. Question 8. Which thermometer can be used to measure the temperature of lava? Correct. A thermocouple that can measure very high temperatures. Question 9. Which of the following helps a liquid in glass thermometer to record a change in temperature rapidly? Correct. A thin walled bulb. That's B. Question 10. Heat travels fastest in metals. Correct. All the rest are insulators. Water is a very poor conductor of heat. Question 11. At what temperature does water reach its maximum density? Yes, it's 4 degrees Celsius. Question 12. Boyle's law states that the volume of a fixed mass of gas is inversely proportional to pressure if the temperature is unchanged. Well, it can be pressure, can be volume, because Boyle's law is P1 V1 equals to P2 V2, right? So those are involved. So what you're keeping constant has to be temperature, because luminosity is the quantity measuring light intensity. Question 13. Susan enters her homeroom and detects that spoiled food must be in one of her students' desks. She is able to smell this due to, yes, diffusion, not pressure, not osmosis, not volume, but diffusion, and the answer is D. Question 14. Small insects such as water skaters are able to stand on water due to the presence of, correct, C, hydrogen bonds. Question 15. The SI unit of specific heat capacity is B, joules per kilogram per degree Celsius. Question 16. All of the following situations exhibit latent heat except B, evaporation of water on a windy day. So why this is the best answer is because evaporation can happen at any temperature. So I picked the best answer. Fires in fireplaces heat up houses due to A, radiation. Question 18. The warmth from the sun is not cut off by a sheet of glass, but the warmth from a red-hot fire is. Why? Correct, C. Infrared radiation from the fire is blocked. Question 19. Air pollution contributes to global warming. Besides global warming, how does air pollution also affect the environment? It causes acid rains and acid ponds. Which situation reflects the sun's radiation best? Yes, B, painting a house white. The item below is a cooling curve and it refers to questions 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So, the freezing point of the substance is at, so remember the freezing and the melting point is the same, so it's at D, and we're looking for the temperature, so it has to be D. 22, latent heat is represented at point B. 23, the substance is both solid and liquid at point B. 24, the initial temperature of the substance is at point A. And 25, the substance solidifies fully at point C. Alright, So here ended the chapter on thermal physics. So I do hope that this has helped you. I do hope that my questions are helping you to keep up to date and keep abreast of the information that you need to retain. Alright, so see you around for the optics and lights. We're gonna do the reading on that, and then of course I'm gonna produce CXC multiple choice questions. See you there. Bye.